The multi-hip machine does 4 different hip movements: hip abduction, hip adduction, hip flexion, and hip extension. Each one of these movements work different hip muscles and are all performed with one leg at a time. Set up the height of the platform so that your hip joint aligns with the pivot point of the machine, which is the circular spot on the adjustment dial right above the arm going down to the pad. Then adjust the height of the pad on the arm by loosening the knob, setting the pad at a height just above your knee, then tighten the knob back up. The hip extension strengthens the glute muscles. Set the pad to one side at a height you can comfortably get your leg up onto it without having to bend your knee too much. Face the handle closest to the pad and place the back of your leg on the pad just above your knee. Hold onto the handle with both hands and stand up straight. Push back against the pad and extend your leg behind you as far as you can without leaning forward. Try to remain upright with your back straight throughout the entire exercise. Control the movement back to the start without letting the weight touch back down, and repeat for the desired amount of repetitions. Switch the pad over to the same height on the opposite side and complete the same thing on the opposite leg. The hip flexion movement strengthens the muscles that cross the front of your hip flexors. Set the pad slightly to one side. Turn to face the handle furthest away from where you set the pad. Place the leg closest to the machine behind the pad so that it is resting just above your knee. Hold onto the handle in front of you with both hands. Step to the middle of the platform so the weight starts to rise up. From here, bend your knee and lift the pad up to hip height. Control the movement back down without placing your foot back down on the platform or letting the weight rest down. Repeat the movement until you have completed your set, then bring the weight all the way back down. Pull the pin to move the pad to the same setting on the opposite side. Turn to the opposite side and repeat the exercise with your other leg. Hip abduction works the glute muscles and pushes the pad out to the side away from your body. Stand in the center of the platform facing the machine. Adjust the pad out to one side using the pin to release it. Place it as high as you can that will still allow you to comfortably get your leg onto it without having to twist. Place your leg on the pad with the pad resting on the outside of your leg just above your knee. Keep your hips and shoulders facing forward through the entire exercise. Push the pad across the front of your body as far as you can without twisting, then control the weight back to the start, crossing in front of your body again, stopping before the weight touches down, and push back out. When you have completed your set, put the weight down and take your leg off the pad, pull the pin to move the pad to the same height on the other side. Complete the same amount of repetitions with your opposite leg. Hip adduction works the inner thigh muscles and pushes the weight from outside your body across the front of your body. Set the pad as high as you can that still allows you to comfortably get your leg up onto the pad. This will give you the most range of motion. Place your leg on the pad so that it rests on the inside of your leg just above your knee. Stand up straight, keeping your hips and shoulders facing forward, and push the pad across the front of your body, stopping before you twist your hips. Control the weight back to the starting position, stopping before the weights touch down, and push back across, repeating until you have completed your set. Bring the weight all the way back down, take your leg off the pad, and pull the pin to move the pad to the same height on the opposite side. Repeat the same amount of repetitions with the opposite leg.